Thank you for joining us on Nationwide, reaching you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Lami Ali. You can follow this broadcast live on nta.ng/live and other online platforms of the NTA for updates. President Bola Tinubu is currently in a meeting with traditional leaders from across the nation. Details will come to you in the course of the bulletin or in subsequent news updates. Now, the call for significant investments amid demographic changes and ensuring attainment of bodily autonomy for women in Nigeria was re-echoed as the federal government and United Nations Population Fund (UNFPA) launched the 2023 State of the World Population Report here in Abuja. Olushi Adiabo reports.
The State of the World Population Swap Report 2023 edition is titled 8 Billion Lives, Infinite Possibilities, the Case for Rights and Choices. The cause of the document is reshaping the conventional understanding of population figures and calling on policymakers as well as the media to shun sensationalized narratives about population booms and boasts.
That we have so many opportunities, and the decisions we make should be facing always the opportunities and the solutions that will bring betterment to all of us, because with that comes peace.
This report is timely, and the Federal Ministry of Health will work closely with the Population Commission and other stakeholders to implement its recommendation.
These population managers believe that reaching 8 billion is signaling human progress and population growth in Nigeria demands strategizing ways to put the country on the path of reaping demographic dividend.
Given the current anticipated population growth, Nigeria stands to gain if significant and targeted investment is made in improving the quality of education.
Partners in national population management also harp on achieving demographic dividends through having significant reduction in fertility rates and better employment creation for young population, among other key deliverables and concrete investments that will drive Nigeria to development and economic success. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
The national leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has taken a firm decision and a clear direction. Thus, National Assembly members elected on its platform will not betray the party when it comes to selection of leadership of the Senate and House of Representatives next week during the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly. The party's position was re-echoed during a media briefing in Abuja, during which it spoke on the emergence of National Assembly members.
The National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Debo Ologunagba, on behalf of the leadership, emphasized that the party is working together with its members-elect and opposition parties in the two chambers towards the emergence of next leadership of the National Assembly.
We're united, we're focused as a party and as members-elect, going to the same direction, having regard to the fact that, number one, the opposition party, they are clearly in a comfortable majority.
He also said that the PDP is not taking its eyes off the fact that the process of the 2023 presidential election is still ongoing at the Presidential Election Petition Court and other election petition tribunals across the country, demanding the immediate transfer of the Ogun and Nasarawa election tribunals to Abuja for safety and guarantee of justice. Meanwhile, the communication advisor to Tajuddin Abbas and Benjamin Kalu campaign organization and PDP lawmaker-elect representing Idiato North and South Federal Constituency of Enugu State, Ikenga Ugochinyere said lawmakers have accepted the message and hand of friendship extended by the president towards having a stable and united all-inclusive parliament that will deliver on urgent national goals.
He appealed to lawmakers to join him in having a rancor-free election on June 13, and he appealed to other parties. He spoke like he wasn't even presidential. It was like a fatherly appeal.
Ugochinyere re-emphasized that the president's decision to invite members of the opposition alongside lawmakers of the ruling party in his quest for seamless takeoff of government is a positive development that has been accepted on the grounds of people's interest and need for courageous decisions in solving huge national problems. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And more personalities are trooping to Daura in Katsina State on a thank you visit to the immediate past president, Muhammadu Buhari. Sani Basiru reports that among the recent callers are the former Osun State Governor, Adebisi Akonde, and the former FCT Minister of State, Hajia Ramatu Tijani Aliyu.
Since the return of Muhammadu Buhari to his hometown, Daura, in Katsina State, after serving the country for 8 years as president, dignitaries from all walks of life trooped to the town on a thank you visit and congratulate him for the successful completion of his tenure. Former Osun State Governor Adebisi Akonde is among the recent callers who described Muhammadu Buhari as a leader whose leadership style is worthy of emulation.
He ruled us for 8 years and the transition was smooth in his administration. I congratulate him.
The immediate past FCT Minister of State, Hajia Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, also paid a similar visit to the former president.
It is exemplary. Like none other, has been able to set a pace for discipline, for integrity, for patience, for country-first attitude. And that is what we crave for.
The former FCT Minister of State expressed appreciation over the living condition of Muhammadu Buhari, whom she said is looking comfortable. From Daura, Sani Basiru, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy has demonstrated commitments towards improving training and capacity building to defeat threats to national security in synergy with other services of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awol Zubairu Gambo, said this as the inauguration of newly constructed Department of Maritime Warfare in the Armed Forces Command and Staff College in Jaji. Suleiman Rigachikung reports.
I have the honor of commissioning something I started more than 20 years ago.
Built to meet the capacity demand of a larger conducive learning environment for students of Department of Maritime Warfare in the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, the edifice consists of 207 capacity seater auditorium named after the 9th Chief of the Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Suleiman Saidu, 10 syndicate rooms, 3 briefing rooms, among other facilities.
And I hope the same thing will be repeated in the sister services, the Army and the Air Force. What you require the staff of the Armed Forces, we need cohesion.
Maintaining an effective synergy in learning and operations, Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awol Zubairu Gambo, said will continue to be the priority of the Nigerian Navy.
The operations rooms will further assist to sharpen skills of officers in operational acts expected to be applied in the field. I want to therefore congratulate you students as beneficiaries of this ultra-modern edifice.
The new department is expected to, among other things, address the increasing number of student officers on junior and senior courses in the college. Suleiman Rigachikung, NTA News.
We go to Center of Excellence for more trending stories, and Adeola is our guide. Hello, Adeola, it's over to you.
Thank you, Lami. President Bola Tinubu's inaugural speech as the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria contained, amongst other promises, the desire to keep the country together and resolve issues that may cause a divide or rock the noble plans of the new administration. Nigerians have been reflecting on these and the need to continue to live in peace and harmony, especially under the new administration. Lynn Leneke reports.
Sustainable peace and harmony is what nations require to enable it to grow and develop. Embedded in the Nigerian Constitution are laws that ensure political and social equality among the citizens as a way of avoiding disputes. This standard of life is important to the new leadership of the country.
Let us develop a shared sense of fairness and equality. South must not only seek good for itself, North must not see the South likewise.
Stakeholders in the Nigerian project want Nigerians, regardless of creed, ethnicity, color, or place of birth, to work together for the common good of the country.
We have a president that has taken, the unity of the country as a major priority, as a foremost priority, because without unity, there's very little any government can achieve.
Nigeria belongs to all of us, so we need to work together and move Nigeria forward.
The desire of the founding fathers, many believe, is to have a progressive nation built through the collective efforts of all and sundry, with commitment and unity of purpose.
In a peaceful environment, the economy will grow. Igbo, Yorubas, and Hausas is carrying everybody along.
The goal of Nigerians, therefore, should be to improve the life of all in a manner that nurtures humanity and encourages compassion towards one another. In Lagos, Lynn Leneke, NTA News.
Cross-examination of the first prosecution witness and father of the deceased Christian student, Michael Adeniro, continued before Justice Onyidamola Ogala of the Lagos State High Court. Amaka Owo, who has been following the proceedings, brings us an update.
During the resumed hearing, the phone of the deceased was brought and accessed before the court. Justice Onyidamola Ogala of the Lagos State High Court said the cross-examination should be based on evidence brought by the witness. However, the third defense counsel in the trial involving Lagos State versus Christian Schools Limited and others, Kayode Eniton, senior advocate of Nigeria, while cross-examining the father of the deceased, said he was not interested in screenshots from the Snapchat after the thread of conversation between the deceased and her friends could not be found on the phone. He told the court that the late Whitney Adeniran had an Instagram account where the deceased had sent a message via Instagram to her friend that she was not in school on the 2nd of February 2023 because the deceased had suffered panic attack and passed out in her sleep. Father of the deceased, while responding, disagreed with the claim. He said autopsy reports revealed his daughter died of electrocution and that there were delays before the school contacted the mother of the deceased after the ugly incident had happened on the 9th of February 2023. The case was thereafter adjourned till the 15th of June 2023. In Lagos, Amaka Owo, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this newscast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. Nationwide will continue with Lami in Abuja after this break. To stay with us.
All right. Thank you, Deola. We're going to take some more stories before we go for the break. The National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has arrested 3 suspects engaged in the repackaging of expired concentrated premixes, manufacture and selling of herbal drugs. Haman Jabani reports that the task force team was at Abuja and Zuba, a suburb of the Federal Capital Territory.
The searchlight of National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, took the team to Idu Industrial Area in Abuja, where a warehouse for repackaging expired concentrated premixes was discovered belonging to Feed Avenue Limited. Premix is a mixture of vitamins, trace minerals, medicaments, feed supplements and others. It is a value-added solution for animal feedings. An estimated 20,000 bags of the premix with an estimated 1.8 billion naira market value was discovered with other items. The team also intercepted this vehicle loaded with the product on its way to Jos to make delivery.
We came to the warehouse and we discovered expired items, expired since March 2023, since March this year, and we saw clear evidence whereby some of the labels were removed and the new ones replaced.
The one that is not even labeled or labeled is there, and we asked, where is it produced? He said they only brings it for him to sell as a warehouse manager.
The warehouse manager claimed ignorance when asked questions about the product.
He do nothing because I was just being employed for the tax that I'm doing here, and I believe it is appropriate for the organization to perhaps meet my employer.
At Zuba, the task force team raided a shop where herbal medicines were produced, and the market value of the product is put at over 2 million naira.
It's manufacturing or registered herbal preparations with even some aphrodisiacs.
I'm a professional traditional medicine practitioner. The team says it will carry out full investigations, and if the suspects are found guilty, the law will take its course. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
The Nigeria Immigration Service, Akwa Ibom State Command, has repatriated 780 illegal migrants between January and May 2023. Reviewing activities of the service in the state within the period, the Comptroller of Immigration Service, Francesca Dakar, says many of those repatriated were without valid documents. Clemens Barikui reports.
A breakdown of the figure shows that 330 of the repatriated non-Nigerians were from Niger, while 280 were from Cameroon. 170 others from 3 different countries who overstayed their visit in the country were penalized and advised to leave, while many others were denied entry. On the February and March 2023 general elections, the Comptroller of Immigration, Akwa Ibom State Command, says the proactiveness of officers and men successfully eliminated the participation of non-nationals in the election, promising the resolve of the service in ensuring only those with valid documents reside in the state for legal businesses.
Between January and now, we got 780. They were all advised to leave because some of them overstayed. We gave them the penalty and advised them to leave, which they left. We have all their departure particulars to be sure that they have gone back.
The Comptroller advised residents of the state seeking for international passport to obtain same from the service and not through third parties, whom she describes as quacks. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
We now take some messages, after which we join Susan in Makurdi Network Center for more reports. Do stay tuned.
Today you could join us in Makurdi. Residents of Makurdi, the Benue State capital, have called on the newly inaugurated members of the Benue State House of Assembly to make quality legislations through the passage of people-oriented bills that will translate to meaningful development and good governance. They gave the advice following the inauguration of the 10th Assembly on the 5th of June 2023. Tina Uma reports.
At the inauguration of the 10th Benue State House of Assembly, member representing Boko West constituency, Ondunadajo, was elected Speaker, and member representing Ado constituency, Lami Dalali, was declared Deputy Speaker unopposed. Reacting to the recent inauguration, Some residents of Makurdi described the new lawmakers as young and vibrant and called on them to be constructive in their engagement with other arms of government. They advised them to sponsor bills that will impact positively on the Benue people and carry out effective oversighting to ensure government policies and programs are implemented.
They should perform above board. One, they should ensure that the separation of power between the legislature and the executive is so established. We don't want the kind of legislature that we may think about their membership and not about the public.
They should center on what the public want. They should be firm. The assembly have to work together with the governor. Let them put money aside.
The 10th Assembly has 32 members. 21 members are of the All Progressives Congress, APC. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has 10 members, and 1 member is from the Labour Party. In Makurdi, Tina, Uma, NTA News.
And that's it from Makurdi. It's back to Lami in Abuja for more on NTA Nationwide.
Thank you so much, Susan. Now, about 36,000 Nigerian pilgrims have so far been airlifted to Saudi Arabia for the 2023 Hajj operations. Disclosing this on Good Morning Nigeria, Abdullahi Magaji Haradawa, Commissioner for Operations, Inspectorate and Licensing as the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria gave an assurance that all intending pilgrims will be airlifted before the closure of Hajj operations. Lydia Sampson brings us the details.
More pilgrims globally are participating in the 2023 Hajj operations, which is the second after COVID-19 pandemic. So far, the exercise has been described as Hajj like no other.
Nigerian pilgrims in Medina are well organized. They are being accommodated in decent places close to the Holy Mosque of Prophet Muhammad, which is a different arrangement like before it was not like this.
The NAFDAC, before commencement of the operations, sent its staff from the Enlightenment Division to the states to enlighten, train the trainers actually on the basics of Hajj.
Taking into consideration the lessons we learned from last year's operation, we felt that we need to do a lot of homework to usher in this year's Hajj activities.
Fortunately, Nigerian pilgrims already in Saudi Arabia are well organized and strategically accommodated within the central region close to worship places. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria, who attributed the progress reports to elaborate planning, are optimistic that more can still be done for seamless processes.
If you talk of ihram, the garb that the men folk use for the Hajj, what we do is we go there and buy. Why can't companies in Nigeria, produce quality ihram?
The guests note that late requests and registration for Hajj create logistic challenges, but call for a replication of a Hajj saving scheme as done in other climes.
Now that we have this opportunity of having a joint commission and issues on agri investment are given high priority, stakeholders that deserve participation in this business model to come in and pay attention to this area, so that when your investors decide to go into the business, they should not record total loss at the first instance that they're engaging in the business.
The guests also advocate leveraging on the large number of Nigerians performing Hajj annually to deepen economic relations and development ties between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The National Senior Citizen Center says, as a young person, you have no reason being afraid of old age. And for the senior citizens, no need to worry, as respite has come. This is as the center continues to evolve new ways of ensuring better life for all through the establishment of cooperatives for the young and old as well, for easy access to funds and capacity building.
That you are retired does not mean that you don't have something to offer. But the cooperative now also includes, the younger generation. And so that It is older person-centered, but it's community-focused.
To actualize this, the center has reached out to the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria for partnership.
We will give a certain percentage to take care of senior citizens.
At this stage now that we have the confidence that we have these partners that can go with us, so we are mobilizing all our senior citizens.
Wife of the Inspector General of Police Hajj Ali Baba and the Women Wing of Police Community Relations Committee have presented footwears to police children as the Garuki Police Children's School. Francis Form reports that the gesture is part of efforts towards assisting families of police officers.
Include it for us. Can I give it to you?
It was the turn of Powa Children's School, Garki Abuja, to benefit from the humanitarian gesture of Powa and PCRC women, as some of the pupils were presented with a pair of school shoes. The pupils who benefited were selected based on fiscal assessment.
What will you say to Big Daddy, the IGP?
Thank you, sir.
We care. We'll do the little we can do. We cannot do all, but we'll show our love. Even if it's one person that have the pair of shoe, my heart is glad.
We know what they need. Without shoe sandals, they can't come to the school. To encourage them, and you can see we even gave little amount to encourage the people. Those children that are brilliant, at least it will encourage others to do that. That maybe PCRC are still coming.
Head teacher of the school was full of gratitude to POWA and PCRC.
Actually, she has been so helpful to us. In fact, she has given our school a new face from what I met it when I came here. She's really helping us a lot. And the children are doing very well. They can now go out, compete with other children and win them in many things.
Wife of the IGP assures that the gesture will continue in other police children's schools across the Federation. Francis from NTA News.
We join Comfort in Enugu for more reports.
Good afternoon and many thanks for joining us in Enugu. Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah has charged the members of the Enugu State 8th Assembly to render selfless service to their constituent in order to enjoy dividends of good governance. Governor Mbah was speaking at a 3-day induction workshop for members-elect. Chika Ugu reports.
The 3-day workshop is intended to provide the legislators the opportunity to acquire knowledge, information, and to expose them to the fundamentals of governance, leadership, management, and legislative practice. This is a platform to reflect on contemporary legislative challenges with a view to address them, to foster quality legislative service delivery to indigents of the state.
The objectives of this workshop, therefore, is to provide the participants with a holistic view of legislative and governance architecture, including the role of other stakeholders in the process.
To adequately equip the legislators for the task of not just making laws that will engender development and growth of the state, but also represent their constituencies selflessly. The state government facilitated this induction workshop to deepen participants' understanding of the workings, visions, and legislative process. The workshop was declared open by the governor, who was represented. He charged the legislators to equip themselves for the task ahead.
So expect they will write, expect they will malign you, expect they will cajole you. But I think it is about the determination to serve our people. And we should all have our laser-focused fixation on the job at hand. I think that's what should guide all of us.
The 24 members of the 8th House of Assembly expressed eagerness to intensify legislative advocacy for good governance. In Enugu, Chika Ubu, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from here. Is back to Abuja for more reports on Nationwide.
joining on Nationwide. This is Benin. And here, Governor Godwin Obaseki has tasked Muslim pilgrims in Nigeria to use this year's Hajj to intercede for the country, especially at a time the nation is faced with challenges. This was when he visited intending Hajj pilgrims to Saudi Arabia in Benin to bid them farewell.
Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam, which holds yearly with a large number of Muslims from around the world gathering in Saudi Arabia to perform the rites. Here in Edo are 432 approved intended number of pilgrims to be airlifted to Saudi Arabia for Hajj 2023. Of the 432 pilgrims, 190 are females, while 240 are males. Governor Obaseki urges the pilgrims to pray for continued peace in the state and the nation in general.
It is a very significant and important one. Nigeria is challenged. You look up, you look down, you look left, you look right. We say, we're all concerned and say, which way Nigeria? But there's nothing God cannot make happen. That is why he has made it possible for you today to start your journey to Mecca, to Medina, to go and pray for our land.
For members of the board, they are thankful to the governor for addressing some of the logistics problems faced by pilgrims in the state.
As we embark on this journey, only one thing the board will request from all of us. Just only one thing. If we keep to it, we will be able to overcome every other challenges that will come in front of us or ahead of us. And that is nothing but patience.
This is the first time Hajj pilgrims from Edo are embarking on the spiritual journey after the lockdown occasioned by COVID-19. In Benin, Elizabeth Amoko, NTA News.
And that's it here. Lami in Abuja has the rest of Nationwide. Thank you. And that also brings us to the end of today's Bridge Nationwide. We thank you for watching. Have a good evening.